Hi guys, welcome back to African Rising. My name is Ayek and this is my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for coming, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. So March took a really long time to end, I'm not gonna lie, but thank God it's April. Looking forward to a super successful, prosperous, awesome, and blessed new month for us all. But before we get into all of that, let's talk about what I loved in March.
Trying to get busy like me a jiggy man, yeah. So me trying to get jiggy like. Shout out to my old tech girls and my old tech boys too. See, they love the boy and they love the sound. Round of applause for another round. Shorty say she like me. Shorty is a Pisces.
So first we're going to talk about my favorite beauty products. Now most of these products are like my OG products or products I used to use back in the day, but I stopped, and for most of them I really paid the price, especially on my face, but they're back and I'm so happy that they're back. So the first product that I had to bring back was the R&R Luxury Shea Luxury Oil, specifically the lemongrass oil. Like guys, it smells so good and it's really good for your skin. It's been working on my skin. It's evened out my skin tone, it's helped with absorption, and sometimes when I wear it I actually don't have to spray perfume just because of how strong the scent is. If you have a sensitivity to citrus scents, you will not like this. So you can consider the lavender oil or their Serenity body oil, but I would stay away from this. So this item has shea oil and lemongrass essential oil. I'm sure there are other ingredients that they can't really tell us because like then we try to make the product ourselves, but it's really good and really affordable. That's another thing. Using this once or twice a day, you could probably go for a month if you use it sparingly, like if you're not just taking a shower in it. So I really like this. You can basically get all of R&R Luxury's products worldwide. If you're in the US, I'm going to put links below where you can place your order. If you're in Ghana, I'll put links below. If you're in Nigeria, I'll put links. If you're in Lagos, girl, go to Lucky Phase 1 and check it out. So I've been natural for about 8 years, and if you went natural back in the day meaning like 2009 to like 2011, then I'm sure you remember Kinky Curly. They're not out of business, they're still running, but it just takes me back to those days. So I really love the Kinky Curly Not Today leave-in conditioner. It's really good for 4C hair or hair with low porosity, and it's really good for detangling. I mix it with water or I use it on its own, and what I really like is that my hair absorbs it well. It does not sit on the hair, it does not cause buildup. And if you're interested in shingling, I think that's what it's called, where you finger comb the gel or the product through the hair, this is a good leave-in conditioner because it won't cause flakes. So if you follow me on Instagram, then I'm sure you know all about my skin issues, like when my skin went out of control from around this time last year to like December. Basically what I did was I was trying to wean my skin off of a lot of products, but my skin was not having it and it was being really disrespectful. One of the products that my skin was so addicted to was the St. Ives Blemish Control Apricot Scrub. I've been using it since I was in college, like a freshman in college, so you can just imagine how my skin took it when I wanted to try something new. But I decided, you know what, let me just see if it works, let me see if I go back on it, what will happen. Now as you can see, we're relatively acne free. I mean, there's a whole lot of hyperpigmentation. Sometimes I get annoyed when I look in the mirror because I'm like, hey, why did you want to try something new? Just go with what you know. But I highly recommend this because it's very affordable. If you are in Nigeria, you can get it at Spar or Casabella. If you're anywhere else, you can order on Amazon. If you're in the US, CVS, I mean, you can basically get this anywhere. Apricot is really good for fighting blemishes. It's good for, specifically for breakouts, and it minimizes pores. Yes, this does have beads in it, but it's still safe and gentle enough for daily use, but I only use it once a day. So my favorite brand this month, and basically everyone around me can attest to it, would have to be a company called Real Fruit. Generally they specialize in dried fruits, nuts, snacks, and things like that. But why I really love Real Fruit and I'll always support it is, number one, the backstory. I love a good backstory to a business. The founder, Affion Williams, actually started this in her apartment in Surulere. I think she was taking a break from the 9 to 5 and just decided to take a risk, and the risk paid off. I love that it's women owned, it's Black women owned, it's African women owned. I mean, she's from my area of the country, like why wouldn't I support her? And also I respect her as an individual because she's making a name for herself, not just in the business world, but she's delving kind of into like political leadership. She's not just like this money-making machine. She's showing that entrepreneurs can also have a voice and place a stake in things going on socially, politically within their environment. So shout out to Real Fruits for that. Okay guys, so my favorite person this month, you know, usually I have like 12 or 15 or whatever, but I'm gonna have to choose one this month. His name is Chima. And he's actually the guy who films, edits, directs all my videos from Illicit Dream Studios. Ladies, he is single because a couple of you guys were asking. He is. If you're trying to get with him, you can get with him, but you cannot hang out with him when he's filming for me. Thank you. So generally, I kind of like talking about my spiritual life, but at the same time, I don't. I didn't like it before because I felt like, you know, I had to meet like check marks or standards or whatever. But I'm going to share with you a little bit about my favorite Bible chapter. I'm not going to lie, reading the Bible is a chore. It's something I dislike a lot. It's just not interesting to me. I know that might be bad for some people, but I'm just being honest. But early on this month, I kind of had a couple of challenges, and somebody that is more, she's like a mentor to me, basically pulled out this Bible chapter and she, you know, we read it together, and she said that I should try reading it every day and kind of seeing how it manifests in my life and in the life of my family. So it's Isaiah chapter 61. It says a whole lot of stuff, so just Google it, okay? But basically the highlights for me were just the understanding or the truth that for every tough time, every struggle, God is going to bring restoration and bring a blessing like 10,000-fold or more than what you can expect. And it also touched a little bit about on like the authority that God has given us here on earth. And so it's exciting to read it when I consider where I am in life, where I consider where my family is, and just speaking it over myself and my friends and my family and those around me feels really good. So my favorite book this month definitely has been Beneath the Lion's Gaze. It's by Maza Mengist. And basically it's a fictional depiction of the overturn of the Ethiopian monarchy. I found it very interesting to read because I don't know too much about Ethiopia's history apart from the fact that they were actually one of the few countries in Africa that were able to defeat the colonists. But this was really interesting because I learned a little bit more. I'm learning a little bit more about Ethiopian culture, and it's just good, refreshing to not every time be reading Chimamanda, you know, all these West African writers, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just interesting to get that experience. And also I think for Ethiopians, especially in diaspora, it would be a good read if sometimes you struggle to grasp a lot of your history. I know for me, even though I got bits and pieces of Nigerian history from my parents and my grandparents, a lot of what I know about Nigeria's history is from fictional depictions of actual events. So I definitely recommend this book. It's a very good read. So last but not least, my favorite songs for this month. I have 3 that I'm going to share today. Number 1 is For Days by Kiss Daniel. At first I didn't really like the song, but then when you really listen to the beat and then you remember that it's Kiss Daniel, you have to start liking the song. Number 2 is Cici Maria by Malik Berry. I mean, Malik Berry is just really good. He's a great producer, he's a great artist, great writer, all of that. So, I mean, the song is just it. And number 3 would have to be Here As in Heaven. It's by the Elevation Collective, not Elevation Worship. So this has, I think, Tasha Cobbs. She's the lead singer on that. It's just a really powerful song. It's a good song to listen to in the morning too, so, you know. So let's talk about what worked and what didn't work this month. Definitely one thing that worked was learning more about my purpose, tapping into my purpose, you know, making myself more available for what I believe that God has called me to do. And that definitely started by praying. Like I told you guys before, my spiritual life it's just a journey because, you know, people would tell me you need to pray, you need to read Bible, you need to pray for an hour, all that stuff. And you know, I've been trying it out and it's actually been helping. I think that the only way you can really know what you are supposed to do in life, not just career-wise, but like in general, is by connecting with God. So that was definitely a hit. One thing that did not work this month, and I'm just gonna have to trash it forever, is strategizing everything in my life. I'm definitely a control freak. I like, this, if I do this and this happens and that happens and this happens. And there's some situations that it's just not meant to work in. Strategizing your love life doesn't work, just as my friend advised me a few days ago. So I think I'm just gonna have to leave that, because at the end of the day I'm still looking for answers for what I was trying to find answers to. So yeah, alright guys, so that is it for my March favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, thank you for liking and commenting. Don't forget to follow me on my social media at African Rising, basically everywhere, and don't forget to tag me and interact with me and engage with me and all that fun stuff. And I really want to know what you guys have loved in the month of March, and what are you looking forward to in April. Thank you so much for watching once again. Peace.
Next day, maybe we can have lunch. Ain't with the late night drop.